Yo, what's going on? Tell the truth. What's going on? So y'all know last weekend we had the Super Bowl and everything going on with that. But for some odd reason, just like last year and the year before that, and the year that they started doing it, the week one of the NFL season, you have a group of people that are crying about the, I guess you can call the Black National Anthem for the sake of what has been called since 1919.
Thank you so much for sharing this knowledge, and of course I had to look it up. So today I learned that Congress did not adopt the Star Spangled Banner until 1931, and prior to 1931 there was no official national anthem of the United States. However, when Lift Every Voice and Sing was recited in 1900, the NAACP promoted it as the Black National Anthem, and by 1917 that's what it was widely known as. So the Black National Anthem in fact predates the Star Spangled Banner as the national anthem, or indeed the concept of the United States having a national anthem at all. Now, the Star Spangled Banner was written in 1814 with a third verse referencing hirelings and slaves. And when I thought that it had been the national anthem since 1814, I thought that the problematic third verse was a relic of the past that just hadn't been changed. But knowing that it wasn't adopted until 1931, less than 100 years ago, and over 100 years after it was written, makes it that much more problematic. Also, prior to 1931, there were about a handful of songs that were considered the de facto national anthem, including My Country 'Tis of Thee and America the Beautiful. So, knowing that Congress adopted the Star Spangled Banner as it was written shows that Congress never meant for the Star Spangled Banner as the national anthem to reflect the nation as a whole, nor to be unifying. And another thing is, Australia changed its national anthem in 2022 to acknowledge its Indigenous people and to reflect unity. These things can be changed. So rather than blaming people for keeping the nation divided because there's a black national anthem and blaming us as the problem if we don't get on board with a national anthem that was intentionally chosen to exclude certain people, a national anthem that recognizes all people and is reflective of unity can be created.
But they're crying because America only has one national anthem, and they're trying to be divisive because they're calling this the Black National Anthem. And why don't they have a Latino national anthem and an Asian American national anthem and a Jewish American national anthem and blah 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 blah. Shut up, please. It's because they didn't make one. Literally because they didn't make one. If they wanted to make one, they could. Don't care. But the thing I'm having a problem with now is the fact that we seem to not understand the history behind the reasons of why these songs were made and where they came from and all the other good stuff. So let's talk about it, because when people realize, yes, I said that this song was established as the Black National Anthem in 1919. During that time, America didn't have an official national anthem. Yeah, that didn't happen until 1931. So for 12 years, there was an official, if you want to call it that, that was made official by the NAACP. And then in 1931, they then added the national anthem of the United States of America. And the thing that I'm trying to understand is they still sung the national anthem. They sung it. I can't remember who it was performed by. I didn't even watch any of the pre-show stuff. I didn't watch the game until the game kicked off. And I'm hearing more about this issue because just like the left, the right is just as soft, if not more soft, because you're crying about a hymn. It's literally a hymn. These songs not came out, but I remember sitting in church as a child, looking and reading "Lift Every Voice and Sing." On the next page, guess what was there? The Star Spangled Banner. They're hymns. You're crying about songs. and I do not understand it. It's not a how do I want to say this? It's not a problematic song. There is no actual mention of race in the song, outside of the fact that NAACP basically dubbed it as the Black National Anthem. Now, I heard Nate the Lawyer's point about it not being a national anthem, and I understand that. So, yes, that's what it's been called for over 100 years, but when you look at it from his perspective, it's not a national anthem. And yes, we do have one. But again, it's a song. So, a lot of people have put their thoughts and takes into this. We've had Stephen A. Smith talking about it. And then we've had people like Charlamagne the God, who I must say is not a good source to be trying to rely off of when it comes to these issues, because he really doesn't know what he's talking about half the time, but you didn't hear that from me. But on the other side, you had people like Megyn Kelly, that one senator down in, is he a senator? No, he's a representative, my fault. Matt Gaetz down in Florida. And people just saying that is disrespectful. They're trying to replace the national anthem, which again, Lift Every Voice and Sing was established as a Black national anthem 12 years before the national anthem was ever made official, but okay. As well as it's being divisive. So I made a video on TikTok and I asked this one question. If they would have just said the rendition of Lift Every Voice and Sing, and there was no mention of it being the Black national anthem, would it have been as divisive? Would you have cared? Even if they did use the words, why does it matter? We've said on the podcast one time that, is it that you were being mad, or is it because you want to get mad? You are allowing yourself to be divided by what the media puts out there, and every single time you fall for it. Whether it's the left doing it, whether it's the right doing it, whoever, white people, black people, you keep falling for it, and they keep winning. And it's so funny because Conservative Inc., and I've been reading about this for the last few years, how black people, especially black men, are leaving the Democratic Party in droves.
Democrats already know they're losing black men. Black men are looking at what's going on under Joe Biden and the Democrats, and they're basically saying, this is enough, we're out, because their pockets aren't getting better, job prospects aren't getting better, the economy is squeezing black families more than most families in this country.
Open borders kills.
But just because they're leaving the Democratic Party, does it necessarily mean that they're going to the Republican Party? No. And it's hard for somebody who is not a Democrat. I am a Christian man. Most of my views are based upon my faith. And a lot of those views do lean more towards a conservative viewpoint. But then I look at the Republican Party, who's supposed to be the party for conservatives, and I'm like, I don't like y'all. Y'all are stupid. The things y'all say makes no sense. You don't know what you're talking about half the time, and you cry about stuff that doesn't make sense, just like the Democratic Party. So you are alienating people who are leaving the quote-unquote plantation. Oh, wait, this sounds just like history. I'll leave you off with that one. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section, because honestly, nobody asked for this. I wish the NFL didn't do this, because now it's causing a controversy that should have never been controversial in the first place, because we've gone over 100 years now with this being established as such, and now people are crying 100 years later because nobody was crying about it until 2020. Peace, love, hot sauce, drink our water. I'm out here.